All right, here we are. Another season. 11th season. Couple quick things. First of all, I'm doing this on a different computer, so that's why it looks funky. Secondly, that's annoying, really annoying. Was thinking about making like this into like a YouTube channel. One, because that way I don't have to keep these on my phone. And two, you could go back and watch if you ever wanted to. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on that. Let's get into the first matchup of the day. All right, we're going to start out with Dylan's Dandy team taking on the newcomer, Ball Knowers, aka Nate. So as you can see here, this was the biggest blowout of the week, about a 45.5 point victory for Dylan's Dandy team. Let's take a look. CJ Stroud had 20, Tyreek Hill 28. I don't even know, is this Jameson Williams? It is Jameson Williams. Jameson Williams with 26, A-Chain with 23, but the big thing, 24 points for the Chicago defense. And for Nate, Lamar Jackson had a great game, 27. Breece Hall had 18. Pickens had 15. But not much else, really, from the rest of his guys. Brock Bowers actually had a pretty good game, almost 12. But it was not enough. Dylan just overperformed. Next up, we have the reigning champion Mason's Macho team taking on Craig Mays. Password is Taco. And as you can see here, it was Craig who took the victory pretty handily here. He had 31 from Josh Allen. He had 21 from Ramondre, 13 from Cairo Santos, 16 from Rashad White. Pretty solid. He outperformed his projection by a few points. Mason really struggled here. Christian McCaffrey, late in the day, got ruled out. Picked up the second string backup for McCaffrey, and he got a fat 0. 26 from Jake Moody, though. That's really annoying. Nico Collins had 19. And, James Cook had 13. But it is not enough. 85 points usually won't win you any matchups. Craig Mays, 1-0. Next up, we have another blowout. Mr. McGibblets taking on Paul's Foreskin, the last place champion from last year. And it is Paul who took the victory, scoring 123 to 100. He had 18 from Jalen Waddle, 21 from Stephon Diggs, 17 from Jameer, but 33 from Saquon Barkley, 3 touchdowns. That is unbelievable. And McGiblet's not enough, 22 from Kamara, 18 from Jordan Love. Not going to be enough. Underperformed quite significantly. And Paul starts off the season 1-0. Next, we have another slightly blowout as a 15-point victory for Dylan Otto's team, who's finally changed his team name to Saquon Deez Nutz. That's pretty good. Nobody's ever used that one before. And then Fear Boners scored 116, just about at the projection, but it was Saquon Deez Nutz who outperformed his projection. He had 17 from Justin Jefferson, 18 from Debo, 15 from Pacheco, 16 from Montgomery, 22 from Chris Godwin. He had a touchdown. And the Fear Boners had a pretty good week. Pretty much met projections, 22 points from Tua, 16 from Bijan, 18 from Aaron Jones. Just a pretty solid week from both guys, but it was Dylan Otto's team who just scored a little bit better this week. Next up, we have one of the best rivalries in the history of the league. It's myself, Craig Tupp, Alex Bottom versus the Vinegar Strokes, Chase Blaylock. And it was a 7-point victory for the Vinegar Strokes coming back on the final day. I had 32 from Richardson, 24 from A.J. Brown, 19 from James Conner. Everybody else kind of sucked. But for the Vinegar Strokes, everybody did pretty well. We had 18 from Jalen Hurts. Not his best game, but Garrett Wilson had 12. He's the one who put it over the edge there to win it last night. 14 from Kieran Williams, 18 from Tony Pollard, 17 from Rashee Rice. So just a pretty solid week. Both of us scored just about at our projections. It was a close one, but Vinegar Strokes starts off 1-0. And last up, we have what was the closest matchup of the week, and one of the closest matchups we've had in probably a while. It was Senor Wong taking on another newcomer to the league, KC Girth, which I believe has to do with Kansas City, but Mitch Howard. And it was a less than 1 point victory for KC Girth. Let's see here. Let's take a look. 14 from Kyler Murray, not great. 14 from Zach Moss, 18 from Jerome Ford, 32 from Cooper Kupp, and 17 from Kaimi Fairbairn. Another kicker going off. And for Senor Wong, 23 from Mike Evans, 26 from Mixon, 18 from Kenneth Walker, and another kicker, 21 from Brandon Aubrey. I think it's Brandon Aubrey. Aubrey, whatever. Both teams outscored their projections, and they were both in an absolute battle. But it was Mitch Howard taking out Senor Wong in the first week.